Hello everyone, this is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today our guest is Kody Vogels, who will be fighting on Urijah Faber's A1 combat number 20. Hello Kody, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Kody, you will be fighting against a Bellator veteran, it's Kevin Boehm, in just 2 weeks. So if you can tell me, how do you feel before this bout?
I feel good, man. I've been putting in a lot of work since my last fight, and I'm just excited to show it. It's been a long camp, but really excited to test myself against the veteran.
And what do you think about him as the opponent for you?
What do I think about him? I think he's tough. I think he's been in there with some tough guys. I think he's got a lot of experience, but I think uh, I think I'll be too much for him.
And he seems to be overall a good fighter, and like you said, he's a veteran. So I think that he may present some challenges. And because of his experience, do you think that he can can have like some tricks in his pocket?
Um, no, just because he's had a lot of fights doesn't mean he knows any more tricks than I do. Um, I really think it just comes down to who you train with, and I know I train with the best team in California, in North Cal, and there's so many uh, great training partners there that can emulate him, and even guys that are uh, top in the UFC. I don't think he's going to show me anything that I haven't seen before. Like I said, I think he's tough. He's got a lot of fights, but I have a pretty extensive, long amateur record as well. I'm from Wisconsin, and the fights weren't really sanctioned out there. There's some of them that you can find online, but I had, 10 amateur fights, and this will be my sixth pro fight, and so I have a lot of experience as well. So yeah, I don't think he's going to show me anything that I haven't seen before.
And it will be your third bout in the promotion, and actually the first was like a very quick win for you, and the second was a championship fight that you also got some good moments. So do you think that with this win you will get another shot for the title?
You know what? That'd be great, honestly. I think, after this win, you know, if if you know if the person wants it, depending on how I get the fight done, um, I think, maybe I could jump on the contender series at the end of the year. Um, so it really just depends on how the fight gets done. I definitely plan on finishing the fight, and uh, depending on how that looks, it could put me in a really good position by the end of the year for Dana White's contender series. That's what I'm hoping to do. Although fighting for the belt again would be great. I'd like to win a belt, but it's not everything.
And what do you think overall about A1 Combat? Because it's a quite new organization. It started a few years ago. It will be their show number 20. So what do you think about this promotion and your like working with them?
Mm. I think this promotion is great. I was with this promotion before it was A1. It was called like Firepower, and it was just getting started. Um, they didn't have the nice cage. They didn't have the nice stuff. It was you know like your typical local regional circuit show. Um, but the promoter, Tom Anderson, he's always been great to me, and everybody who works him has been great. Now that Uriah Faber's gotten board and they kind of are you know co-owning this promotion A1, it's been great. It's been recognized, and it gives people like me and a bunch of other fighters an opportunity, and thankful for that.
I think that this promotion has the WEC vibe, that the fighters from the lower weight classes
Yeah,
are like super high level, the bantamweight, the featherweight, the lightweight. So I'm not sure if it's because of Uriah is behind it, but it give the feeling like good old WEC.
yeah, that's funny that you say that. Yeah, for sure. That's um, I kind of grew up watching WEC, and like you know, uh, for you to kind of like say that A1 kind of is like WEC is dope. I mean, it's cool to be a part of something like that, and and Uriah being in the lighter weight class is what brought me to Northern California in the first place. So I feel like it would, yeah, just bring a lot of different uh, players in the lighter weight classes to the scene, and it's cool, man. It's there's a lot of talented people up here in NorCal, and it gives a lot of people opportunities to be on that show.
In your last fight, you get a chance to fight for the title. You were fighting against another very good prospect in Ernie Juarez, and after the bout, did you feel
Yeah,
some disappointment about the result of the fight?
of course. I was upset, but at the end of the day, it's part of the game. Um, my intentions are always to go in there and win, and always to finish. When I'm fighting, I'm trying to finish them. Like I'm not trying to outpoint them or anything. It's like from bell to bell. I'm trying to finish you, and if I go out on my sword doing it, I mean, it's part of the game. But yeah, no, Ernie Juarez is a tough guy, um, great opponent, and he got that win. He deserves it. So hats off to him. Hopefully he goes out and gets his shot soon. And you know, I'm looking to get mine and get my hand raised May 17th. So
When you started your journey with the combat sport, what was the first sport or area that you train as far the combat sports?
the first area that I started training in, I mean, was in middle school as far as training wise. Because I was in football as a kid too, like junior youth football and stuff like that. But training wise was wrestling in middle school. Um, and I mainly did it because my friend was doing it, and I remember being competitive, but I don't remember if I liked it all that much. I don't think I finished the year, but I've always dabbled into wrestling a little bit. But I think what got me into MMA is just some other reasons outside of that. There was a lot of things going on in my personal life growing up, with a single mom, and her struggles, and just being in bad relationships, kind of, and just me doing my own thing, hanging out with the wrong people. I think somehow it just it came into my life at the right time, and when I needed some direction, and for some reason I just it was like uh, a different kind of family. People respected you, and you were learning something new. I was never that great in school, but for some reason this was something that I excelled at, and yeah, I think so. Wrestling was pretty much like the first thing that I kind of started out with, and then like boxing in the basement with the boys or in the backyard, like we used to throw on the gloves and just freaking scrap. But other than that, that's pretty much it.
And did you train like MMA, like overall sport in Wisconsin?
Yeah. I started training in Wisconsin uh, when I was around, I want to say 15, 16, 17, like around that age. I started training. Um, I started going to this small gym in this small local gym in my hometown. My hometown was kind of small compared to Sacramento. I think there was like 40, 50,000 people, which isn't that small, but compared to Sacramento, it's pretty small. But there's only a couple gyms um, where I'm from, and it was kind of like a jiu-jitsu gym, but uh, they had a boxing coach there, and I kind of just kind of fell in love with the whole aspect they had going on there. Even coming from a small gym, um, the coach is really smart. He was a fighter too, jiu-jitsu guy, and they had some good training partners there, some good coaches there. That's kind of where I got my start in MMA.
And when you went to Alpha Male, how much of the change it was to go from the small gym to one of the biggest in the world?
Um, how was the change going to from one gym to the next? So I started going to Alpha Male, I want to say in 2014. That's when I moved out to Sacramento, and and I was like kind of like starstruck, honestly, because like you said, it is a bigger gym, and from watching these guys fight for the WEC, like you were saying, on YouTube, and kind of looking up to those guys, and kind of like seeing where I could be maybe in the future. Um, and then going to the gym and actually seeing these guys in person, um, I was like kind of starstruck, but I was trying to like act cool too, like not too like like fanboyish. You know what I mean? But it was cool, man. It was the right move for sure. I wouldn't take it back for anything.
Yes, it's probably a great place because there you can like improve in all areas because there are like great strikers, great grapplers. There, the sparring partners in your size. It's for the like
Yeah,
featherweight. It's probably the best gym in the world.
yeah, exactly. Like and that just goes back to my opponent Kevin. You know, there's so many guys in the gym that are around my weight class and with the same body type, bigger, that I've went with that there's nothing that he's gonna do to surprise me. He's a vet, and I'm sure he knows some tricks, but I definitely got some tricks too, and so I'm excited, man. I can't wait.
And watching your fights, you seems to be a very good fighter in like all aspects of the game. But if you can improve, like be focused on improving one aspect of the game, what would you choose?
Um, I guess just like stretching more, maybe. I feel like I need to stretch more, honestly. Like, um, I train in all aspects. I'm prepared in all aspects, and but I feel like I don't stretch enough, man. I feel like I need to stretch more. I need to bust out that damn roller and start stretching. So, unless he's stretching more than me, then you know, I think I'll be fine.
And when you are outside of the camp, let's say after this fight, do you want to to be out of the gym for a few weeks, or you prefer, if you will not be injured, to go to be back in the gym like quite quickly?
After the fight, am I gonna go take some time off? Honestly, back in the day, I feel like I used to, and I think for me, what works for me personally is just to get right back to it right away. Because I mean, obviously, listen to your body. You know, Kevin is a vet. It could be a 3-round war. It could be a short night. Um, but I'm prepared for that. So, if I come out unscathed, then, I might take, a few days off, rest up. Just depends on how the body's doing, and then right back to it, man. Like ever since that last fight, I just been on a mission to get a win, and obviously the goal is to just get in the UFC, and being 30 years old, um, I want to get in, and now's the time to put in the work, So, um, all things, good. I come out unscathed in the fight. I'll get right back to the gym and just get right back to work and just be ready for that next opportunity.
And for now, the like new fighters usually go to the UFC by either a contender series or like short notice opportunities. And if the second one, the short notice opportunity would appear, and you
Yeah.
will have a 2 weeks notice to make a weight, would it be any problem for you?
No, no, I can make the weight for sure. Um, uh, my diet's been great. Um, I've been training a lot, and training a lot, it keeps the weight down for sure. You know, uh, so yeah, for sure. Short notice, contender series. That's what I'm looking for after this fight. But sorry, somebody was just driving by. But first things first, you know, we gotta get through Kevin, and then after that, talk about what's next. But that's the goal for sure. Is like, after this win, I'll be ready for the next opportunity for sure.
Uh, Do you have in your head a dream fight against the fighter that you would like to face? Probably because you are in the alpha male for so many years, you had a chance to do this kind of fights in the training with the top level guys. But do you have a one fighter in mind that you would like to face?
Mm, you know, I don't even really think about stuff like that, to be honest. But if I were to do it, it'd probably be the guy who has the belt in my weight class right now, Ilia. If but when I get in the UFC, and if he's still the champ, then he's the one that I'm going to be gunning for sure. So, and that's a crazy fight for sure. But yeah,
And were you surprised that Ilya beat Volkanovski a few months ago?
yeah. Honestly, I was. I mean, I'm a fan of both of them. Volkanovski has defended the belt multiple times and moved up weight classes. I knew that Ilya was powerful, and he had good boxing, and that could propose a problem. But I thought, Volkanovski, you know, um, he moves a lot, switches stances a lot, he feints a lot. I thought it would have um, threw Ilya off a little bit and threw off his boxing. But Ilya's so good at, just coming forward, and he kind of got Volkanovski against the cage, and he's so powerful that all it takes is one. But honestly, man, I was going for Volkanovski in that fight, but I'm not surprised that Ilya won because he's a savage.
Yes, he's also a like charismatic guy, and of course there are a lot of fans that that really don't like him because he's like the like super confident guy. So I think that it's also good for the division that many people would want to see either
Yeah,
the fans or even the people who don't like him.
yeah, for sure. I think he's great. The he's great for the division, and you know, people might knock his confidence, but you know, people are always going to have an opinion. I mean, at this level, you got to have confidence, and you should have confidence in life because you know, a lot of people have it worse out here, man, and like a lot of people are struggling out here, and I think like you know, people should be grateful for where they're at in life, and just maybe having the right people around you, and the amount of hard work you put in, you know, that can breed confidence too, and um, you know, people are always gonna have something to say, but I think Ilya is good for the division, and I think he's good for the sport, and he's you know, he could be a legend, he could be a you know, Hall of Famer someday, you know. But these are the kind of guys that inspire people like Ilya Volkanovski, Max Holloway. I mean, you know, these guys who reach the top, and and they're so good everywhere, and you know, at the top of the game, it could be anybody's ball game any night. But all those guys have confidence, and you know, some people have different ways of showing it, but I think it's good for the sport and the division. Yeah.
And you are right now 30 years old, and when you will retire in some time, let's say 10 years, and you will go back like thinking and watching your career, what do you think like make your career successful, that in the end of the day you would thought that it was worth to spend all the time, all the effort to become a fighter?
Hmm. That's a good question. So when I look back at my career, what will I almost be proud of in everything? I get what you're saying. Basically, you know, 10 years from now, say I retire and I look back at my career, you know, even if I don't get where I want to go, um, you know, I would be proud of myself for, you know, sticking with something and overcoming so many things to get here, to get there, and you know, it's been a long time. Like I said, I started when I was, you know, 15, 16 years old, and I'm 30 now, and you know, so many people that I've met, so many opportunities that I've had, and that this has given me, and it ultimately kept me healthy. Um, it's kept me driven. So I look back and I'd be proud of myself for what I've done, no matter where I've gotten. This whole ride has been worth it. You know what I mean? Like the ups and downs. You know, and the people that I've met, and the memories I've made, and the support system I have, my wife, my friends, my coaches, my family. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just happy, and you know, I'd be grateful for sure. Looking back at it, regardless of how it ends up.
Yes, I think that it is great mindset because you will try either way, and you are actually I think that quite close to being signed to the UFC. So whether it goes this or that, I think that you will succeed either way.
Thank you, and you too, man. Like, you know, regardless of however things play out, you just gotta, you know, try it. You gotta do it. You gotta go for it. You know, life is short. You know, you can't live in regrets and whatnot. You just gotta go do things, and whether they work out or not, at least you tried. You know, and you never know what kind of opportunities are gonna be, you know, behind that next door. Just gotta go for it, and so. Yeah, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
And right now, when you are in the training camp, do you have the days that the motivation is off, that you are like beaten, or that your mind is somewhere else, and you have some problems to go to the gym? And if you have these days, what do you do with them?
Um, yeah, I have problems with being motivated some days for sure. I think, I think we all do, some days you just don't want to do shit. Some days you just, you're tired. Some days you're beat up from the week, or you're just drained from all the work that you're putting in or something. Motivation comes and goes, but you know, uh, you gotta remember what you're doing it for. You gotta remember um, all the hard work you've put in, everything you've been through to get to this point. And I just think uh, if you're having, problems with being motivated, it's good to kind of do some self-reflecting and just, remember what you got, remember, what you had to do to get to this point. Look at the people around you and how much they maybe admire you or like care about you, and you know what I mean? Maybe that will, like, bring some motivation back. But yeah, man, I have those days. I have those days a lot, but then again, I look at what I have, and not saying that I have a lot, just, with the people in my life and my friends and my family, and where I'm at this stage, I'm happy and I'm grateful. And that alone gives me motivation. But, some days I'm not always motivated, but, we just got to keep working, baby. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yes, it's like in ordinary life. Sometimes that like other people don't want to go to like 9 to 5 job, but they need to, and they are like maybe not motivated but disciplined to do this.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
And outside of fighting, when you have some free time, let's say after the fight, what do you like to do then?
Um, Honestly, me and the wife like to like just go on trips and like to travel a little bit. Haven't been outside the country yet. Um, but we like to go to little shows like, little concerts, or we'll go visit family, or something like that. We'll go on trips and just kind of make a day out, make a week out of it, or something like that. But I like golfing. I'm not that good at it. I suck, but I like it. It's nice to just like, even if you're not like trying to win the golfing game, it's just nice to get out there. You're outside, fresh air. Usually it's a beautiful day, and you can also work on some self-reflection, and and just kind of slow things down. Time just moves so fast. It's just nice to kind of just slow things down, get some fresh air, think about some shit, and stuff like that. Other than that, man, just hang out with friends. We like going a lot of different things around here in Sacramento. There's a lot of fun things to do. That's what I like about Sacramento, is there's always like something to do downtown. There's little, like, farmers markets. There's little festivals going on. Keep me and the wife busy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just out with friends and stuff.
And about the golf, the few fighters that I was talking to, they mentioned golf. So there need to be something in the sport that fighters like to do this, to play golf.
Yeah, I know, right? That's kind of funny that you say that. I noticed that too. Is like, some fighters I'll see, a lot of them play golf, and like, I don't know. like I never used to even like think about golf or care about golf. My grandpa used to golf all the time, and I never even thought anything of it. But then just getting older, um, I really kind of got inspired by my wife's dad. He likes to play golf, and I was really trying to just go out there and impress him. But little did I know, I wasn't very good at golf. So yeah, but no, we like to go play golf, and it's competitive, kind of like you go out there with the boys, or even like the girl or something. Uh, it's kind of competitive. It's hard. Maybe that's why fighters like it because it's a little competitive. It's hard. You got to focus. And it's also fun, man. You just get out there, get some fresh air, hang out with the boys or something, and you know, and try not to take it too seriously. It's leave it to the professionals. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be in the golf tour or anything, but it's fun.
And I have one last question. If you can learn one skill, but outside of MMA, of anything regarding combat sport, what kind of skill would you like to learn?
What kind of skill would I like to learn outside of fighting? Man, that's a good question, dude, because there's just so many skills out there. Um, mm, would you say learning about business, learning how to maybe run your own business, learn how to like would that be a skill? Would that be considered as a skill?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Aside from fighting, I guess like a lot of fighters maybe are so like focused on the fight game that maybe they don't plan things after their career. But obviously, like I said, getting older, I'm still young, but getting older, you just look at things different. You have a different perspective. Uh, and my my the thing that I was into outside of fighting has changed over time. But I think just learning more about and kind of broadening my mind in that area and just learning all different kind of things like that. I think that's just that I would like to learn outside of MMA. And I have been reading books and trying to sharpen that tool for sure. It's just something more interesting because you know, like I said, one day this is going to be done, and I'd like to look back at my career and smile, of course. But you also got to look forward too. Like and that's something I've been doing a lot lately is just looking forward and you know maybe starting something new, getting out of my comfort zone with the business stuff and learning new things there. But yeah, if that answered your question, sorry, I was kind of just going on a rant, but for sure, new skills like that, I would definitely like to learn and get better at.
Probably Uriah Faber is great guy to
Yeah,
look
exactly.
up
Yeah.
to in
Hey,
this area.
yeah, exactly. And so, and he's busy. He's got a lot of things going on. I'm sure, he doesn't necessarily have the time to break down everything that, he did to get to this point. But he is a person that leads by example. And he is a person that has also inspired me to want to delve into those things as well. And you kind of got to do your own homework in those areas anyway. But absolutely, man. And that's another thing is just there's so many people in this game that I have met and who's inspired me. And um, even like say if I wasn't fighting, we would have never got to talk and had this great conversation, because like who wants to talk to Kody Vogels who works at fucking McDonald's? I mean, no one wants to talk to that guy. You know what I'm saying? Uh, nothing against working at McDonald's. You know what I mean? But yeah, being in this sport has brought me to a lot of people, and I've met a lot of cool people, and yeah, for sure. I appreciate you having me on, man. Thank you so much.
Okay, Kody. So thanks for the time and for the conversation. I hope that you will put another great performance in A1 Combat Cage, and the Contender Series or short notice opportunity will appear in like upcoming months or like early next year.
Yes, sir.